Hey, good to see you again. Welcome back to Always Level Up the podcast. For those of you that are new to the show, thank you for joining, and I hope you enjoy. Today, I'm going to do a recap of last season, talk a little bit about the guests that I had on the show, what I learned from them, and also where we're going in this new season. So it's going to be exciting. I hope you enjoyed everything that we had to talk about, the journeys, the stories of all my guests who started from nothing and became somebody better than who they were when they began their journey down this life. You know, in the beginning, I started off with a few colleagues of mine. JD Flores is one that had an amazing story, went from musician to real estate general manager, and he really had a very, very inspiring story where, he had a very, very strong attitude that resembled never ever to quit.
What advice would you give to somebody? What's the best advice you can give to somebody to level up and to keep leveling up?
Man, my best advice for anyone doing anything is don't quit. Don't give up on yourself. Don't tap out. The thing that breaks my heart the most is that some people just want instant success, and there's no such thing.
Right.
There's no such thing. I often find in my interviews when talking with people, they've been doing something for a year or two, and then they jump to something else for a year, and then they jump to something else for a year or two. And what's crazy is in those 5 to 6 years, if they would have just stuck with the first thing, they'd probably have a management position by now. It probably would have leveled up and leveled up and leveled up within that company if they would have stuck with it.
Don't quit. That was his message. And I learned a lot from that story. We had Marcella, who also joined, and she went from studying criminology into real estate, and a whole another world that she never expected herself to be in. But again, it's something that she found a passion in, and she was fearless, entered in full steam ahead, took the bumps and bruises, and ended up finding her stride and becoming successful in real estate. And now is a real estate manager and is also continuing to grow and level up in her life. We had Stephen Morfin, went from, again, being a musician, playing poker, to becoming a high-performing real estate agent, top-producing agent. Guy is amazing, has a lot of heart. Again, he's got an amazing story where he faced his adversity, and again, nothing was handed, and he leveled up in many, many ways. We had Darren Johnson, who also was a hip-hop artist. He went out there, was out there creating music, having, one roller coaster of a ride, going through the ups and downs of that experience. And, he had this attitude of, bet on yourself, take the risk and go out there and go after for whatever you want, because we're not limited to whatever our environment is. We also had Andy Ramirez, another great story where Andy, came from nothing and literally was sleeping on the floor in his apartment, and, had a vision of, becoming somebody better, becoming somebody greater. And he progressed throughout his life, and he advanced himself to eventually opening up his own office, his own real estate office in Las Vegas. And Andy's doing a great job and still thriving and leveling up. We had Chris Ross. High school basketball champion, hit a game-winning shot from half court. After that, he went through his ups and downs of going through college and trying to get into the league, and where he finally found his home in the Filipino Professional Basketball Association. And he became a world champion, a Filipino basketball champion, and all-star, and has several championships under his belt. So great to see those stories, great to hear those stories, great to see that success. I also shared my journey and my story and how I started from, again, the bottom, and went through my own ups and downs and encountered the obstacles of getting in trouble and going through that, and going to college and learning how to develop myself, and then getting into real estate and learning how to become a boss, a manager, a leader. And through my own experience, I found passion, and I found drive and desire to do whatever I believe I could do, because anything is possible. And that's one thing that I did learn, and I shared, is that, you know, shoot for the moon, shoot high, just go for it, you know, believe in yourself as well. So these are some of the stories that we shared in the last season. As you can see, we're in a new space and a new environment, literally leveled up high-rise building to the 8th floor. So it's a great feeling, but there's more work to be done. There's a lot of work to be done, and definitely not comfortable where I'm at. So right now the goal is to keep working, focusing on my real estate career, and growing the teams that we've developed here, but also focusing on my family. It's a juggling act, you know, it's a juggling act where, you know, I have business and I have to take care of the people that I do business with. I have to make sure that I'm doing things the right way. I have to make sure that I'm leading by example. I have to make sure that I'm not just talking the talk, but I'm walking the walk. And moving forward, you know, the attention is going to continue to be on business, relationships, and health, learning new things that are going to help me grow. So I want to encourage you all that are out there, that are watching, to pick up a book, and not just any book. Pick up something that you think is going to help you, something that you think is going to help you grow, something that's going to help you attack a weakness in your skill set, in your character, whatever it may be. As I got on my journey in working to advance myself, I noticed there were some things that I needed to work on. Some of them revolved around discipline. So when I needed to work on my discipline, I started doing things to help me strengthen it. Some of that has been related to working out, exercising, running. And as I became more active in that and became a habit, I had to make sure that I wasn't losing the discipline, that I had to keep exercising it. So beyond the exercise, beyond the habit of doing those things in a routine, I've also become more aware of my health and you know, what I consume. So there's that other aspect where, you know, making sure that I'm eating the right foods and not drinking excessively in alcohol. So finding the balance, you know, I know we want to have a good time. I think it's important to get out there and enjoy yourself, enjoy life. It doesn't have to be all work hard all the time. That you should enjoy the fruits of your labor. But again, do it with discipline, do it in moderation, and making sure that you're living a healthy life so you can keep growing. That's where my focus is at. All right, so as the season continues and we're going to progress through this new year, my plan for you guys is to have a broad range of professionals all across different industries. You know, my goal is to get more real estate investors on the show, real estate agents, athletes, business owners, entrepreneurs, all different people from different walks of life that are leveling up and are growing, that you can relate to. And hopefully it inspires you to believe that wherever you're at in your walk of life, wherever you're at on your journey, that you can overcome and get to that next level and succeed and just keep pushing through. This is what it's about. The show is about getting people in that you can relate to. Learn about their struggles, learn about the failures, and use that to apply in your life as you do encounter these situations and challenges. Because we don't land at the top. People don't land at the top. And when you get to the top, we're at the bottom of a new mountain. Believe it or not, that's just how it is. And this journey is a lifelong journey. So the show is going to help bring that into perspective and also give you some hope so you can keep going. Don't quit on yourself. Keep moving, keep leveling up. And it's going to be exciting. So stay tuned, stay locked in, and I'm going to have some good stuff coming. Take care.